Hey guys, Level Cap here, and welcome to Devlog number 53 for C-Beams, a spaceship action RPG. I've been working on the game for a little over 2 years, now with a indie team and a publisher. Last devlog I spoke about pitching to publishers, and many of you had some suggestions on who we should publish with. There are about 50 different comments and hundreds of upvotes suggesting that we publish with Hooded Horse, a studio well known for having a developer-friendly reputation and publishing a lot of successful indie titles, not just one-off hits, but many successful games. And luckily, not only was Hooded Horse interested in publishing C-Beams, but after speaking with many other publishers, it became clear that Hooded Horse was the best fit for C-Beams. And I'm incredibly excited about this partnership and what it's actually going to mean for our game. I also want to give Todd Darcy a big shout out for helping us establish a connection with Hooded Horse early on in development. Todd is the lead developer on Falling Frontier, an incredible looking RTS game that I've been following for quite a while, which is also being published by Hooded Horse. Back when we first started working on C-Beams, Todd reached out right away to say that he was excited that I was making a space game and that he'd been a longtime subscriber of my YouTube channel. And coincidentally, I had also been very aware of his game and had been following all of his devlogs in progress because it looks awesome. We absolutely hit it off. He's been a huge help with all things dev related, and of course made that first introduction for us with Hooded Horse. So Todd, truly thank you very much. Man, Todd's been working on Falling Frontier for like ever. I wonder when that game's launching. I guess I could just ask him. Hey Todd, when is Falling Frontier going to release? He's typing. Wow. Okay. I didn't think it was going to be that easy. Apparently all you got to do is just ask and he'll tell you the release date. Make sure to check out his Discord and ask him when his game's coming out. Now, before we get into all the new game updates, I want to quickly address some of the things about what it means that we have a publisher, what it means for the future of C-Beams. In the last devlog, many of you also suggested that we self-publish rather than find a publisher, which has become an increasingly viable option for indie devs. And while there's no hard rule of whether or not it's better to have a publisher or not have a publisher, for us, I am absolutely certain it was the right choice. It's going to allow us to expand our team, bring in new talent that we otherwise wouldn't be able to, and it's going to allow me to focus more on building the game and less on all of the publisher related tasks that I would otherwise have to do myself. And let me just tell you, there are a lot of things. It takes a really long time to make a video game, and I want to make sure that C-Beams is the best possible game it can be when we ship it. And there's no question in my mind that working with Hooded Horse is going to allow us to make a much better game. All right, enough about publishing deals. Let's get into what we've actually been doing in game. The last few weeks, the team has been busy making a lot of rapid adjustments and updates to get all the features ready for our new C-Beams trailer. Speaking of which, if you haven't seen the new trailer, go check it out. There's one on the Steam page now. We have a brand new updated Steam page courtesy of Hooded Horse, and we also have an Epic Game Store listing as well. Now, Peter Chambers composed the music for our new trailer, and I gotta say, it's awesome. We also have a new Distant Light Games logo, again, courtesy of Josh Atkinson, a very talented graphic and UI designer from Hooded Horse, who made this logo for us, which is just awesome. He's also going to be helping us with some concept UI work for the game, which is, again, a fantastic publisher perk. Now, another element that we kind of sprinted through to get some new environments for the trailer were basically a massive overhaul and update to environments. They've kind of begun, and a lot of the footage you see in the trailer is halfway getting there to our final vision of new lighting, new environment styles. And to do that, we brought on a new member to the team, Santiago. Santiago is a senior environmental artist with lots of UE5 experience, and he's worked on some cool games like Atomic Heart 2. So when he joined the team, I put him to work right away on punching up a few environments just to get our trailer looking a bit better. He helped us build this element environment and get the lighting more dramatic and fun. We're continuing to work on our star environment. The lighting in this one is tricky, but we're sort of establishing some workflows. He's taken a crack at some of our demo levels as well, punching them up and making them look far more interesting. I'm really excited about working with Santiago and all this stuff. Right now, we're working on a lot of the scalability architecture so that we build the right tools, we can scale them out to hundreds of levels, and then if we get to the end of the game design and we go, you know what, we need to optimize all the levels or we need to adjust all the lights, we can do it from a master actor to help us achieve that. And so that's what we're working on right now. Excited to show off some of this tech in the next devlog. Now you may have noticed a massive spaceship that we were flying past earlier. This is a giant converted colony ship. The concept art was made by Kruger and the massive amount of modeling was done by Evan Browning. And you know what? I'm going to give myself a little credit here. I spent quite a bit of time doing UV unwrapping on this thing, and that's time that I would like to forget. Now this ship will eventually have an interior docking station for players to dock with. The rough gameplay concept is that this will be a ship that appears from time to time that you can trade with for unique, rare items or spaceships. You know, your typical traveling trader, just supersized. This ship is still a work in progress. I got it up to the point where we could grab some clips with it for the trailer, but otherwise there's a lot of work left to do. Now, Mr. Meteor, who's been working with us for a long time, has finally been able to join the team as a full-time programmer. And he's begun work on our version 2 mining system, which is a pretty big change from the way we did it before. Now the resource rings exist around the asteroids. So now mining becomes a bit more of a piloting skill, but there's some nice benefits that he's built into the system, like the ability to auto-rotate your ship so that it's always aiming at the asteroid while you maintain control over your strafing. He's also built the entire resource ring bar system as a single shader, which is very impressive and a cool way to handle a fairly complex user interface. This system is still a work in progress. There's quite a few more features and layers to it, but I hope you guys like the new concept. Now we've also begun the process of replacing our placeholder character and item assets. I'm working with a new concept artist, Serhii Shulikin, and I put together a little scanline material to try and make the comms windows look a little more interesting, and here's what it looks like all together when you receive a message. Eventually there'll be a little more animation to these comm window pop-ups too, just to give them a little more flavor. He's also begun the process of building our inventory icon art as well, including the infamous cube pig. Now, Will Jeanette, our VFX artist, has also been busy rebuilding our engine VFX. Previously, they looked like these big old exhaust cones that didn't really grow or dissipate properly. Now they're much more particle and physics based, looking like proper exhaust and fire coming out of them. I really like this upgrade. It just makes engines feel a lot more powerful, and it kind of hits a more realistic visual look that we've been going for. Will has also updated the missile smoke VFX at my request, and somebody in one of the trailer comments called them anime missiles, and they are not wrong. This is based on the Itano missile circus style of missile where you just launch tons and tons of missiles and they give this cool little wavy smoky trail behind them. I love the visual and it just makes missile fights look so much cooler. Now, a big chunk of my time has also gone into building a narrative intro cinematic. This would be something that players see when they start a new game in C-Beams that gives them a little overview to the universe. I don't want to spoil the whole thing now, so I'll just show you a quick clip and then we'll move on.
Then the corporations came with warships and private armies. Everyone wanted what Maelstrom had. But the system eats fleets. Space-time storms knock out navigation systems, fold ships in half, erase them from this reality.
I want to give Kruger, Peter Chambers, and Panzer V1 a huge shout out for helping me build that cinematic. I thought doing a 2D animated cinematic in black and white homeworld style would be easy. It took a long time to get that done. Kruger did all of the artwork for that. I did all of the animation, composition, video editing. Peter did the score for it, and Panzer V1 did the sound effects. Also, shout out to Anthony Santora, the voice actor, who I found on Fiverr and was a pleasure to work with. Now, Rich Jocelyn, the tech lead on the project, the guy who's been working on this game with me from day one, has done so many things over the past few months. Aside from onboarding a new programmer for the project, who will get an introduction probably in the next devlog, he has done a huge amount of project management, design, quality of life testing suites. He's built new shaders for our UI. He's updated the HUD with new abilities. He's set up staging levels for VFX testing. He's worked on some weapon logic. He built an entire checkpoint save game system, which is incredibly important to, well, progressing in the game. He's worked on camera shake. He's helped with a ton of trailer prep fix-its, and currently he's working on a way to build a lighting controller for our jump sequence so that we can get the lighting to transition nicely. None of those features I can show in a big visual flashy way, but Rich has been the glue that is holding everything together in the background. So we have been busy, more busy than usual, and I am extremely excited to get to work on all of the challenges in front of us. We still have a little bit of ramp up time, but once everybody settles into their new positions, I think we're going to be moving at a much quicker pace. Make sure to check in for the next devlog to see how much progress we've made then. And if you haven't wishlisted C-Beams yet, make sure you do that. There's a link below. And a big thank you to Hooded Horse for partnering with us and basically supercharging our dev team. I'm just like so excited about what we're going to be able to deliver to you now that we have extra potential. Also, thank you all for watching and for leaving kind and inspirational comments in our Discord and on YouTube. It means a lot. It really makes us endeavor to deliver the best possible game we can for everybody who's interested and shares the same game dream with us. If you want to catch any of the past devlogs, you can do so here. There's also the trailer that we just launched in case you missed it. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is Level Cap signing off.